What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Dominic, aka the Dark Horse Rider from the Dirty South. Burp time. Coming live and direct. You can already see it from the West Coast. Let's get straight into the topic. There's a popular YouTuber who went on record, and I got to see his video, and he was just talking about how if you hate my videos, pretty much, then why aren't more people doing videos in support of black women to tell them how beautiful they are? Why come to my page and talk bad about me and tell me what I need to do and you should do it yourself? And that point right there, he was telling the truth. I agree with him 110%. I've always been of the belief that I don't like people. I guess what I'm saying, I don't like when people try to tell me what I need to be doing, what I ought to be doing, when they have the power to do that themselves. It's almost like people will sometimes see okay, like for example, it was this girl who was on this conference line, and she had this question, and because she was scared to ask the question, she said, well, Dominic, why don't you ask the question? She was trying to bold me to ask this question, and I was like, I don't need to ask the question. I'm not the person who is wondering that. You're the person who has that question, so you need to ask them. However, because of her fear, she was trying to bold me, and she got a little bit upset with me because I didn't want to ask the question that she wanted to field. And such is the point with a lot of people. A lot of times will try to get you to do certain things because they don't have the courage, or they don't feel the unction to do it, or they don't want to experience the perceived backlash for doing it. Some people say, well, I do these videos, I do these blogs, but I don't want my face out there. That's why a lot of people do faceless videos, or you'll have a lot of people that are troll. They'll set up accounts specifically to disagree with you, and they want to have their real identity because, like, wait a minute, I can't let you know who I really am when I disagree, because then you may be able to track me and you may come see me. So I'm going to create this false narrative, this false account, so I can agree with you and hide back in the corner and be a coward. And that's what a lot of people do a lot of times. And I see that in many instances. Now, going back to the original point of the video, I say that because what that particular brother said, I agree with some of what he says. A lot I do disagree with. But this one thing I do agree with, and that's that I think there need to be more black men who celebrate black women. I'm not talking about being a simp. I'm not talking about being a sucker. I'm not saying any of that stuff, which goes back to why I'm doing this video. Now, I've made it no secret that I love black women, man. I mean, you guys see me, I guess I'm a little bit of a color of copper, or whatever you want to call it, a little bit darker than the coin or whatever. I've tended to grow up to like women that look like me. I can't say where that came from. I think, it's funny. My first celebrity crush, I had two celebrity crushes growing up. Of course, my mom is a dark-skinned woman, so unconsciously, I think you always, you grow up seeing your mom, beauty in your mom, and so unconsciously, that's a template for growing up, and what you like. But my first two celebrity crushes were, three. Man, I had a thing for Angela Bassett. Man, I loved Angela Bassett. Even to this day, I think Angela Bassett is the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, shout out to Courtney Vance. She's married or whatnot, but I'm just saying, man, Angela Bassett, bad. You know what I mean? Angela Bassett, I had a thing for Vanessa Bell, Calloway, I just thought Vanessa Bell. My favorite movie, like one of my favorite movies was Coming to America, and when I first saw her saying whatever you like, whatever you like, whatever you like, you know, that just, man, whatever I like, man, Vanessa, let me come holler at you. Shout out to her husband too, by the way. But I'm just saying, she was beautiful, still beautiful. And the last woman that I had a celebrity crush on was Lark Voorhees. When I first saw Saved by the Bell, you know, I was just in love with Lark Voorhees, man. You know, just so beautiful, and it really broke my heart seeing, you know, a lot of different things were going on with her health and things of that nature. But I say that because I've always liked dark-skinned women. So most of the women that I've dated are dark. I had a girl that we called down south a yellow bone, red bone. I loved her. I was attracted to her. I dated a white girl before. I, you know, messed with this Asian chick at one point. I've always just liked beautiful women. However, I've never been one of those brothers that had an issue with darker skinned women. You know, I've always been attracted to darker skinned women. And I say all this because I really believe that one of the most beautiful women in her natural state in general is a black woman. Now, does that mean I think white women are unattractive? No, no, I don't. I think white women are beautiful too. I just think in general, a woman that's in her natural state is beautiful. I think unconsciously I tended to like darker skinned women because I think their shelf life, if you will, was longer. I mean, hell, you look at Angela Bassett and it's like Angela Bassett is crapping on a lot of women in their 20s right now. It's like, dude, like Angela Bassett is a dime. Like, dude, like if I was a big Hollywood director and Angela Bassett was single, I would probably holler at Angela Bassett. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? That doesn't mean she would holler back at me, but I'm saying like I would try. But I digress. So my point is, you know, at the end of the day, I think women are so beautiful in their natural state. I think there's beauty in every woman. Now, attraction and beauty are two different things. I may not find a woman attractive, but I can see beauty in anybody. You know, even a woman that I'm not necessarily attracted to. Hell, she may be 285 pounds, but, you know, maybe she got some pretty fingernails. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe, you know, her eyebrows look good. I don't know. But my point is, it's beauty in everything. You know, I may not be attracted to it, but it's beauty in everything. I say that because, you know, a lot of black women grow up in a culture where they unconsciously hate themselves. They unconsciously put this weave in their hair and stuff like that because they feel like, oh my God, I'm not beautiful unless I have this blonde hair or I have this wig or this weave. And a lot of times they do that to please men. Here's the thing. Most of the men that I know, honestly, don't really care about whether a black woman wears a weave or not. They just care that if she puts a weave on, let it look decent. You know, if she has this weave on her head that looks like, you know, the night before Christmas, you know, look like, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I'm bad with analogies. You guys know that. It just looks bad. Look like the hornet's nest or something. Then, yeah, it's going to be an issue. And it's an issue not because it's a weave. It's an issue because you look like a hot mess. You look like a fool. And we don't like that. And then, unconsciously, I think a lot of times the guys don't like it too because a lot of times women, there's, I don't want to say self-hate, maybe that's not that strong, but unconsciously when women start to accessorize themselves, it comes out in their attitude, and that insecurity comes out in their attitude and how they treat their men, and many times men don't want to have to deal with that. So unconsciously, that's why I think a lot of black men have dated maybe outside of their race. And it's just my take and opinion because they say, well, you know what, this woman is natural and that woman over there is not natural. So let me deal with the woman that looks more like she's supposed to look. I don't know. That's just an opinion. But I say at the end of the day, man, like I like women that look nice, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm one of those brothers that I don't really care whether you got a weave, as long as it looks nice. You look presentable, you look natural with it. I don't like women who have all those colors in their hair, though. I'll be honest about that. Who wear a lot of makeup, because, you know, it's funny, like every girlfriend that I had, none of these girls wore like heavy makeup. Like most of these girls, like I can look at them in the morning and it's like, dang, I'm blessed right now. She bad. Man, she fine. Look natural, maybe a little eyeshadow here and there. You know, it's a comedian. I forgot the cat's name who did this joke, but he was talking about how he married this chick. He talked to this joke about marrying this guy, marries this chick, and then the next day he wakes up and he turns over in the bed and he screams and calls 911, and the woman freaks out. She's like, "Well, what's going on, baby? What's going on?" He said, "Get away from me. Who's this man next in the bed with me?" You know, and that's a problem. In other words, a lot of people aren't, you know, natural. They go too far with it. And I'm of the belief of women, you have to love yourself so much that you have to value yourself and understand that whomever you ultimately get with, they need to love you for you. Now, for example, I tend to not like women that are obese, you know, because I'm practicing a lifestyle of healthiness. I'm not where I want to be at, but I tend to believe that if you like certain things, you need to aspire to that. Now, if a woman comes to me and says, "Well, I'm large and in charge, you just have to like me for me," then, you know, guess what? More than likely, you know, you're right. You deserve a man who likes that, but it's not going to be me. And guess what? That's not bad on me. It just means that she has a right to be content in that. That's just like, you know, women who say, you know, I want a guy who is making a certain amount of money. Guess what? She has every right to feel like that. Bottom line, at the end of the day. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have to aspire to what we want, number one. Number two, love yourself and want the best for yourself. You know, for the ladies that are obese out there, you don't lose the weight because you want to get a man. No, you lose the weight because, you know, you want to live a healthier, more productive life, possibly a longer life. That's why you do it. But the byproduct of that is, because you do that, maybe you may meet a man along the way, because, you know, people see how you have your lifestyle and they see how you carry your weight and stuff like that. And they say, well, how can this person love me? And they're don't care for themselves, because look at how they're keeping their temple. See, that's an unconscious thing. Also, you know, your hair and stuff like that, how you present yourself in the public, it speaks volumes in how many people perceive you. Now, people say all the time, this saying that we hear so many times, and it's that people say, well, I don't believe you people should judge me. When the reality is, people judge every day. People judge every day. That's just a mature way to look at things. If someone, ladies and gentlemen, comes out of their house right now and they are butt naked, running down the street, butt naked, running down the street, most of us go in here would say, that dude is probably on some kind of that narcotic. That dude is on some drugs. That dude is on something. We have effectively judged them. However, consider the fact maybe that person could have lost a bet. And the bet said that because you lost this bet, because the New Orleans Saints, shout out to the Saints, beat the 49ers, you need to run down the street naked. And so they paid up on a bet and they ran outside naked. They may not be crazy. They may just be paying up on a bet. But nobody outside of that circle is going to know that. We're going to see that person running down the street butt naked, and we are going to assign a judgment to them. That's life, ladies and gentlemen. How much more than a person going around themselves, carrying themselves sloppy, carrying themselves with other people's DNA on them? Most people will say, you know what? That person, I don't know if they love themselves like that. Like, I don't know if I really want to bother myself with this person. Some people think like that. Other people's don't. All I'm saying is for the women and the men out there, deal with the people who love you for you. Whether you wear the weave in your head, the yaki in your head, you're 250 pounds, whatever the case may be, deal with the people who are able to meet you where you are. However, they are not content and you stand where you are. Because that brings me to another topic, another discussion. Some people are content with you being down because it's a control thing. And then once you start to do better, you start to see the pendulum changing because, oh my God, you're trying to do better. And if because you're doing better, I have to find a way to berate you to get you to stay down, because once you start to do better, you will start to discover what a piece of scumbag I am. And you may possibly leave me. That's the other side of that coin, but that's another video for another day. Anyway, my point is for this video is just to say that the most beautiful woman to me in the most natural state is a black woman. I love black women. I think black women are so freaking beautiful, man. So beautiful, so beautiful. And I can't wait to, Lord bless, one day marry me a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So just want to do this video. All right. This is your boy. Once again, the dark rider from the dirty south. Coming live and direct from the West Coast.